the odds for the Red Sox going deep into the playoffs, I think, just took a dive.
I don't know. Wait and see what it is. I mean, the tonality of it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good.
I'm not doing the. Have you ever had an oblique strain? I've had them.
And
you
tell us about it.
They're a bitch. Because it feels like it does. I mean, I've had broken ribs. I had broken ribs in college. I had cracked a rib in the pros. I've had a couple throws where all of a sudden you feel it go, and it's that thing between the rib bones, and it just feels like you have a knife stuck in there. And whether you turn, whether you breathe, whether you lay down, it stays with you. It stays with you for a while, a couple weeks, and they could shoot it up. I mean. But they don't shoot it up. This is a different art. You're trying to hit a baseball.
Well,
the hardest thing to do in sports.
I can tell you this. I learned last night. Have you guys ever heard of the of P-bats? You ever heard of this?
No.
Milliken's heard of a lot of things and a lot of acronyms.
What, you pee on your bat
in baseball,
lucky?
but P-bats is the Professional Baseball Athletic Trainers Society.
Ooh. This is like the.
You ever heard of that?
This is like the internet doctors, right?
All right.
Is this like the internet doctors?
No, it's a society. It's a professional
secret society.
Yeah, cloaks and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's a professional organization of baseball athletic trainers, and they have an entire page devoted to, you guessed it,
sounds like fun,
oblique injuries and return to play. Now they lament that there have not been more studies.
I'll bring that back this weekend, please.
I don't know what this has to do with society.
It's third down and third and three. Third and three,
That's what I pictured.
Third and three. Let's go. Opening week. Don't do that. Don't throw the show off already.
You're supposed to play that, though, after you get the first down.
I thought it was a 3rd and 2.
No, you play that after the first down, like we're marching down the field. And it's just to strike fear into the opponent.
I know what the hell that was.
And get the crowd going.
All right.
That was like Curtis Martin picked up a first down against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in the fog.
Yes. Terry Glenn caught the ball.
That's first play.
Falling out of the fog.
We ran that play 12 times. 12 times in practice. Right?
Anyway, back to this, guys. P-Bats. Professional Baseball Athletic Trainer Society. They lament that there have not been more studies conducted on injuries to obliques because they feel it is a more common injury than people give it credit for in baseball. They do have some data on a study that was done from 91 to 2010. And during that time, oblique strains accounted for 5% of all injuries in Major League Baseball. The injury slowed position players and pitchers alike, and hitters suffered the injury rate at 46%, pitchers 35%, and non-pitching throwers 6%. So the majority of, or not even the majority, but the most of these happen, right? You're more likely to get this as a hitter than anything else on the field.
Yep.
That they know. Now, the process to return and timeline to return. That's not great. The data showed that on average, pitchers required 35 days with an oblique injury, and position players took an average of 26 days to be able to play at any level. 26 days before playing again.
So he'll be back for the ALCS.
Before hitting, before throwing a baseball, before any of that. Which means like 26 days to a rehab stint?
Yeah, you're just not going to throw him out there and start swinging. Yeah.
That would be 1 day right now before the wild card round with no rehab. With the traject machines, maybe you can avoid the rehab. I know that's a little different, but he's not going to be swinging for a large portion of this.
And so this is what I would ask you. Do you think that was on the mild end of the oblique strains last night? The promising end of the oblique strains?
No.
I don't either.
He went right down.
Man, he was swinging from his ass on that one, man. That was a hard swing. That was a really hard swing, and he immediately clutched his side.
Well, he said post-game, too, he felt it on the check swing at first, and then it was that following swing when then, like you said, it's just...
It started to tear, and then you get...
The tone is not great. Here he is post-game, and we'll also get to Bregman post-game. But first, Roman Anthony.
It's one of those things that just cropped up on you today. You've been dealing with this for a while.
No. Felt it today on the check swing. The pitch before, I swung and missed for a strikeout. And, just pretty sudden.
What's your concern level right now?
I'm not really sure. I'll see tomorrow after the MRI.
Have you ever experienced oblique issues before?
No, I have not.
In terms of severity, is this different than, like you got scratched for the lower back earlier in the season? Is this comparable in terms of discomfort, or is it pretty clearly separate?
Yeah, this is definitely worse in terms of the way it feels. But that's right now, and I just again have to reevaluate where I'm at tomorrow, and see where we are when the MRI comes back.
At least a 10-day IL probably.
I don't know. I wish I knew. I haven't dealt with something like this before, so I'd be lying if I said I knew. But again, we'll know in the morning, I'm sure.
How disappointing is it to suffer even a minor issue right now at a time like this, at this point in the year?
Yeah, it sucks. I've hoping for the best and staying positive, but anytime I'm not out there, I'm pretty pissed off. It sucks.
It's so odd from other sports that he just, right after the game, you're going to put him out there and let him talk about it. Most players get shut down. Like, we don't know yet. We're going to get the test.
It's an obvious one, though. I mean, you can see it. You know what he heard.
Watch him walk to the dugout, and it's just like he keeps having to put his hand on the hip. And
He's in pain.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does not feel great this morning.
No.
I bet getting out of bed was a struggle today. Yikes.
A couple perks, about 5 beers.
There you go. Yeah. There it is.
Put him on
Some good rehab.
Get him on a nice mattress. Maybe sleep on a couch.
He sounded down. He sounded like he knew it is not good. He doesn't sound like a guy who's expecting good news this morning when he gets that MRI. Re-injury rate, by the way, is at 12% on these injuries for ball players. About a third of them are in the same or following season, which, as the Professional Baseball Athletic Trainer Society would tell you, makes it vital that the return to play protocol is designed with a slow progression, and return to on-field activities are not rushed in any way.
Okay, so to your bats thing, is there an age thing on this? Do they break it down by age potentially? Like, this feels like something like a 32, 33-year-old player like a Canseco late in his career would get, like, Ortiz or something.
The first time I ever heard of an oblique injury was Manny Ramirez in 2007 in late August, and he made it back for the final homestand. It was a left oblique strain.
Well, that was the guy that did it the right way in terms of rehab.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of a guy who was not in the best shape. That kind of was aloof at
on those
times.
pregnancy drugs, too.
Want to hear something interesting, Milliken? And I know you have personal experience with this now with cortisone injection.
Go ahead.
If you have a cortisone injection or the plasma-rich, the PRP, it sets you back on average another additional 11 days.
The shot does?
Yeah.
So that's been Milliken's problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That's the difference between before the wild card round and probably close to the end of the ALDS.
So that to me was an interesting tidbit that I hadn't considered, that by getting some treatment that might make you feel better.
What if he uses your back
you
patch?
actually end up setting yourself back in the rehab another 11 days on average.
What about his back patch he wore when he was in
I don't know about the lidocaine back patches.
Hope this kid has good pain tolerance.
I hope he does.
Well, that's...
We don't know.
See, that's the thing with these things. Like, you don't know. Everybody's different. You can't... It's not a third degree high ankle sprain, or hamstring tear. Like this, you can feel better in a week. You feel better in 3 weeks.
All right, we'll play Bregman coming back on the other side.
I'd read more into Bregman.
Bregman to me is the guy who's been around the block and just knows what injuries are like and knows how long they take and has probably seen it with teammates before.
He still got one himself.
Bregman's wishing the kid a good offseason, the way he was talking after the game.
A hell of a ride.
I was like, hey, great job this year, kid. Tough news, tough break. We'll catch you next season.
See you on the golf course.
That's
something
what
to build off.
That's what it sounded like to me. I'm reading into that quite a bit, but you can hear it for yourself and make your own determination on it. You'll hear from Alex Bregman coming up next. Also, Garrett Crochet gets beat up last night. We can get into that, where he stands, how he's pitching at this point in the season. That's all coming up, and your calls on Zolak and Bertrand. Jeez, Alex, it's just an oblique strain. He's gonna play baseball again.
I think Alex has been around the block a little bit.
He sounded pretty convinced that it was like over. Like, just got to move on without him. We lost a lot of good men out there.
Find other ways to win. There's a million ways.
The war goes on.
Obviously, today was a bit of a gut punch for us.
Lick your wounds, put some Band-Aids on, and kind of MacGyver this thing through the next month.
That was code for we were already a bat short, and now we just lost potentially our best bat in the lineup. That's
Since
what that
the
meant.
moment he debuted, he leads the team in batting average, OBP, OPS, and WRC plus. Like he
Whatever
is
that
truthfully the bat.
I mean,
OBP,
Oh,
batting
I know,
average,
I know,
OPS, WRC plus.
how about the kid's a draw? The kid brings you he brings you to the freaking TV.
He's
He
the
does it
best
for
bat.
me.
He's the best
He
bat
does
in
it
the
for
lineup.
me. I like him. He's fun to watch.
And he saved their season
He was.
because their lineup blows.
He was the replacement for Rafael Devers. Yes, your pitching has been the best in the big leagues going back to June 8th. We get that. But he was the one who allowed you to move on from Rafael Devers and stay afloat. Now, with him and Wilyer Abreu, who had seemingly another setback, this is a massive thing to see what this lineup is going to do. And credit to them. The last 2 games, the offense showed up. Since the All-Star break, they're 17th in WRC+. Like, they are very average. This is not a top 10 team. They're 13th
stop telling
in
us
OPS.
things we already know.
13th in OPS, however you want to frame it. This is not an elite offense, so this is such a major thing to subtract.
I
from
think
your
if you
lineup.
watch this team, you know they're not an elite offense. You know it's the thing that could absolutely be the issue that stops them dead in their tracks.
No, the check engine light is blinking right now, if we're sticking with the car analogy, especially with Roman Anthony now not in the lineup.
I would say the check engine light has been on for pretty much the entire season with the lineup, and you've been able to drive it around. You know, it was just a sensor issue at first. So the
Reset that
light was
puppy.
on, but you were driving to work every day with it. It didn't matter. You're still getting to work. Now you're broken down on the side of the road.
You ever get your inspection
Now
done?
you need a tow.
You ever get your inspection done and put a piece of black tape like over that light?
No.
That does not
No, I've never done
I've done
that.
that.
There's no way.
I've done it. It's fast. Not lately. I'm talking like 30 years ago.
No, I can't say I've ever done that.
I used to put my grandfather had an old cartoon. We put bumper stickers over the bumper where it was rotted, where it's rusting. Just bumper stickers over it.
Yeah.
They won't check it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. If you're looking for a player, if you're looking for examples, Shea Langelier from the A's had a left oblique strain in that bat earlier this year. He suffered it on June 5th. He was back playing on June 30th. If you're looking for some positive examples, that would put Roman Anthony back at the end of the season, right before the playoffs, on a good timeline. So we'll see. P-Bats has it at average 26 days. Start counting the days. Or they go super cautious and shut him down. That's what you've got to worry about. I think more than anything, the team plays it very cautiously.
I don't want to
Good
see
thing
that.
he got his
They
money.
might have backed themselves into that with that contract.
I was just going to say that. Protect our investment.
Did they, though? Because, I mean,
No,
the,
it's like
the truth is,
team-friendly
if you
contract
bring him
anyway.
back and you rush him back and he re-injures it, he's got the entire offseason to heal, does he not?
Yeah. Yes.
And he's locked up long term, so you don't have that him
Right.
holding a grudge
Right,
because
so you don't
you
have
rushed
the
him
player,
back.
worried about being rushed back. He's already locked in.
I mean,
so
this-
I think, if anything, the contract could help.
This isn't a tendon tear in your wrist that is eventually going to get scar tissue and they have to go back in there and do invasive surgery 5 times. No. And his age. His age should help him here.
This is
I
not
keep thinking
Christian
about that.
Gonzalez. This guy already got his money, so you can't put the money ice pack on him. Can't do it.
Big injury report today.
Not a
huh?
thing.
Not in the toolbox.
Not in the toolbox in this situation. Meanwhile, Garrett Crochet is not exactly the Garrett Crochet he was at the start of the year. Garrett Crochet in 2025 has now pitched 178 2/3 innings this season. He entered this season having pitched a total of 219 innings in his entire career. Are you following, McCone?
I'm there.
You're with me on this math. Here's the breakdown of his ERA by dates and starts. Thank you to Neil Collins and the research team for the breakdown of Crochet. From March 27th through June 1st, his first 13 starts, he had a sub-2 ERA. He was at 1.98. From June 7th through July 26th, the next 9 starts, he had an ERA of 2.58. Okay, still pretty damn good, just ticking up a little bit. Since August 5th, over his last 8 starts, he has an ERA of 4.38. Those are just, samples there.
But if you're going to flood us with numbers and it's such a sport that's based on numbers and analytics and trends, like how do you ignore that one? Like this is your ace. You're in kind of uncharted territory here. What do? Just keep rolling it out there. Keep your fingers crossed. And that's all you can do.
I think you noticed the last 2 starts, especially he was working on regular rest. The previous 10 starts before that, he had worked on 5 days of rest each time. Now, you don't have that weekly day off that you've had. You're back to it starting this week and through the rest of the season. So I think that's where you need to see them start to be a little more careful with Crochet. But it doesn't surprise me, back-to-back starts, him working on regular rest. He got lucky in that Orioles start. Trevor Story doesn't bail him out with that ridiculous double play. That inning, the last 2 would be pretty rough overall. And he's given up homers at a pretty high rate at this
5
point in
straight
time.
games.
The velocity's up. It was actually up 0.3 miles per hour on the 4-seamer yesterday. So that's not it, but the command not looking good, that can be another sign of a guy wearing down and being tired because 2 of those cutters were right down the middle, and then it was the worst sweeper I had ever seen.